divas, hope you're all fierce. Welcome to the Performer's Path, the podcast where we delve into the highs and lows of the performance industry and beyond. If it's using your creative juices for onstage, in auditions, or those in between jobs, we discuss it all with real people in the industry who've been there and got the t-shirt as a gift. By discussing audition rejections and success, we're taking away the fear of the unknown, whilst also giving vital tips for success. So let's tread the boards together in this week's episode. In episode 3, Sofia tells us that it's better to do it if you're scared than not do it at all. I'm doing one-to-ones at the Hammond at the moment with people who are suffering with confidence issues.
Yeah.
And one of the massive things that I find is that they find it very difficult to ask for help. Could you give me and give them any advice on how to combat that?
Yeah, I think, I can be quite an anxious person and, through Hammond, and I was quite an anxious person and still now struggle with anxiety in certain ways. And I think a mantra that I always have in my head is do it scared. Just do it scared. It's better to do it scared than not do it at all. And that's honestly helped me through so many things in life, whether that be going in an audition and walking past the panel and going, "Hi, you okay?" to the panel. Because then they might look at you and go, "Oh, okay, we'll remember her because she's actually acknowledged that we're in the room." Or, asking somebody for help for different things on the ship. Do it scared, and then your fears will naturally start to fizzle away, and then you won't be scared to do it anymore.
So when you were at Hammond, what was your greatest anxiety?
Oh gosh, this sounds quite deep. Not being good enough.
Mm-hmm.
How did you work your way through that? I know the mantra was there. Is there any other tips you can give about that?
I guess you've just got to feel that you know that you've done your best. Like, never leave the room thinking that you could have done more.
Brilliant. One of the podcasts we've had is they said, "This is my perfect right now."
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So when you make mistakes, because for me, one of your major things was making mistakes. You were scared to death of making a mistake.
Yeah.
But you always pushed yourself into the situation, even though the fear was there.
Yeah.
Now I know why, because of your mantra.
Yeah.
Perfect. So what is it that was so scary about making mistakes? And is it a real fear or is it imagined?
I think realistically, it probably is imagined. I think my problem is striving for perfection. And I think sometimes I need to take a step out of my own body and go, no, just realise that what you're doing right now is good enough for you. You can't do any more, and that is fine. People make mistakes. It's a part of life. It happens every day, whether you're working in an office, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a dancer, whether you're a singer, And I think it's so important. And I feel like now more than ever, I'm so much better at just shrugging things off and going, well, you know what? I've made that mistake, but, I made this many mistakes in college that I really, really beat myself up for, but I still went on to do however many contracts. I still have been picked up for work time and time again. If I was really as bad as my head sometimes tells me that I am, I wouldn't have been rehired for these companies.
Has anybody else told you that you are as bad as your head has told you?
No. Never.
Why do we do it?
Honestly, it's so bad. And do you know what? I think a big thing with that as well, and another thing I would say, advice-wise, is to speak to other people about it. Because you do get into a bubble when you're at college with the same people all the time, and you don't really dance with anyone else or perform with anyone else. Get yourself into open classes. Get yourself in as many auditions as you can. We always made a point of speaking to people at auditions and things like that. And it's worked out well for us because we've ended up working with these people and talk about your worries, talk about the fact that, oh God, I feel really nervous today, or my turns weren't as good today. If you talk about it, then it becomes more normal for other people to talk about it, and you'll find that actually most people in the room are feeling exactly the same way as you. Everyone just learns how to put your face on, and then you just kind of get on with it.
It's funny, isn't it? The things that we say to ourselves, first of all, they're not true.
No.
Ever. And second of all, I can be a really straightforward person. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah.
But I would never say the things I say to myself to another person.
No.
Not even to the worst person on the planet.
No.
The devil themselves, I wouldn't say it. Would you feel the same way?
I totally agree. Totally agree.
What I'm telling my students to do at the moment is to try and pretend that they are not themselves and that they're not talking to themselves. Talk to your worst enemy, because even that will still be better.
Yeah.
So about your confidence levels, do you think that they've risen what you've been doing is arguing with yourself, isn't it? And saying, no, can't be right what you're saying to yourself here, what evil Sophie's saying or what evil Harry's saying, you know, in your head. And that used to affect your confidence in such a way.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the difference between now that you're arguing with that?
I honestly feel like I'm a better performer now. I really do. Like, you know, even just from little things of watch yourself back on videos. For a while, I was like, I can't watch videos of myself from college. Like, I don't want to, but do it. And you'll see your own progression. And I see my own progression in not just in my dancing and performing, but in so many different walks of life now, in so many different ways. You know, even just like little things of going into a shop and speaking to people or making a joke and then not walking away and going, why have I just said that? Just own what you're doing. And I think that comes across now, and that confidence comes across in my dancing and performing a lot more.
So, Harry, what about you?
Yeah, I think college is definitely a difficult time. I think it's amazing. I think it's absolutely amazing. And we had such an amazing time there. You're just trying to prove to yourself more than anyone that you can do it, really. And then since I've started working as a dancer, I guess I'm very, very comfortable in myself and my ability, like a lot more than I was in college.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're just a lot more free. You feel a lot more free when you're working.
So if you'd seen a video of yourself when you were at college,
oh God,
saying these things now, what would you think?
Oh God, that's really hard. I honestly think I probably would be a bit like,
yeah, I still don't think I'd believe it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But I think it would take me like a minute to believe it.
Yeah.
But then I think the more I actually listen to myself, I'd be like, okay, you are capable of this. You are more than capable of what your brain is telling you you're not capable of doing. Push that wall down, break through that barrier, not for anyone else, but purely for yourself.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's such good advice. I think that especially because of us being in the north.
Yeah.
So with us being in the north, I feel like we do put ourselves down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've been working with Americans, all different kinds of cultures, everybody. Are they the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they? Wow.
Yeah. You know, people do talk about, let's say specifically in the UK, like the north-south divide. And, you know, some people do have such a backwards way of thinking of, well, your training can't be as good as theirs because they trained in the south and you trained in the north. Well, no, actually, because a lot of what you get out of your training is what you put in. Your teachers cannot do it for you.
Yeah.
You have to do it yourself. You have to be willing to do it yourself and to go, okay, well, this teacher might have said there's 10 people in this room, only 5 people might get a job. Well, you go, oh, well, actually, I'm going to be in that 5. Or actually, we're going to make sure that it's 10 people who are working. You've kind of got to have that attitude of just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
If you know in yourself that you can do it, you'll do it.
And did you guys have that when you were at college?
I don't think I necessarily had like the belief that I could do it, but I definitely had the hunger to do it.
Oh, you both had the hunger. That's not the question, but the belief in yourself was something else. And I wonder, could you tell me the difference between arrogance and confidence?
Ooh, I think arrogance can come across in a bit of a way of, well, I'm going to do it because I'm better than you, or I'm going to do it because I'm the best in the room. Whereas I think confidence is having confidence in yourself to go, do you know what? Like, say, like for me, for example, I could go, do you know what, Harry, you're an amazing dancer, but I've also got the confidence in myself that I'm going to do it as well. I have the confidence that we can both do it. Confidence is not just thinking you're the only person that matters, you're the only person who this is going to happen to. It's about the wider belief, where I feel like arrogance is you might push people out the way to think you're going to get there, or you have this belief of putting yourself on a pedestal. And I think having confidence is still putting yourself on a pedestal, but not in a way of putting other people down.
That's it.
Yeah.
And do you know what's funny is you gave the same definition for arrogance as you did for confidence at first. Isn't it funny?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because I think we as humans and as Northerners, we go, oh no, never going to be good enough. That's just kind of our personality. And I think we as Northerners need to get rid of it.
Yes, we do. We really, really do.
We need to go, no, actually, my talent and my technique and my performance skills all match the brief.
Yeah, that's it.
Saying that is not arrogance.
No.
Whereas we at first immediately think I'm being arrogant by saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
But that's when you know you're not arrogant, is when you think you're arrogant, you're not. When you don't think you're arrogant, you absolutely are.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm trying to get people to do, is go, am I being arrogant or am I being confident?
Yeah.
Because confidence is a damn good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Arrogance isn't, but confidence is brilliant, and it is the backbone of our profession, actually.
Yeah, it really is, you know, on and off stage.
Massively so. So you've been doing jobs since you've been home, have you, Harry?
Yes.
What job have you been doing?
I've been working in Decathlon, the sports shop in the city centre, yeah.
Great. So how's that going?
I've just finished my last shift now, so we're going to take a few weeks off just to get my body ready, to be honest, to back to rehearsals. But yeah, no, it's been good. You meet like a lot of different people who you'd never meet anywhere else.
Fascinated by our job.
Yeah, you get to tell people about what you do, and they're super, super interested in it. So
Yeah.
And it was kind of a weird situation really, because the actual like store manager like used to work for Royal Caribbean as a dancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
I know.
Crazy, isn't it?
Really small world.
Yeah. But
So
yeah, no,
what were the skills that you took from your training at Hammond and your training when you're still training, aren't you? When you're working as well, you're still learning. So what skills helped you in that job and what kept you going with it?
the ability to talk to people, definitely. Like the ability to just start a conversation. Definitely in like an interview for a muggle job, as we say.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It is just being yourself, because people who are not performers would go into that interview and be super nervous and super uptight and not open up, and it's easy to just be comfortable, open up, have a conversation, say why you'd be good at doing the job. Luckily, I had something in common with the person who was giving the interview, so that just made it 10 times easier and a huge relief, and like all your nerves are out the window, and then it went from there really. Yeah,
It's almost like putting on a performance when you go into an interview.
yeah,
Is you sort of step into the character of yourself, but it's like I am myself in an interview. And I think that our training at Hammond, we were always taught about how to act in auditions. We weren't just taught how to dance, how to sing, how to perform. We were taught how to be a human being in this industry. And I think that teaches you things way into your life as well, you know, picking up things for regular jobs, because you know not everyone does end up going off and dancing. People do go, oh, actually I don't think this is for me anymore. So but carrying that confidence and people skills into
and creativity as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, being able to put that into it as well.
Yeah.
Got friends who have stopped dancing now, own shops and things like that, and the way that they arrange the clothes and things like it's just stunning. It really is.
You can just tell, can't you, with certain people, like you definitely used to perform.
Yeah, you can. So could you talk me through from getting the job? It seems like a lot of rigmarole of what you've got to go through after they've said yes to you for a cruise ship. How do you do that?
Get the yes, that could be a phone call or an email, and then it will come as a lot of paperwork at first.
Yeah.
So anyone who's listening who has been offered a cruise job, is wanting to be offered a cruise job, be prepared for when you've had that initial excitement of, oh my God, I've got this job. You'll be getting so many emails with lots of paperwork to fill in, and it can be very overwhelming. For us, we had visas for working at sea and going into America, which is a really difficult process to sort that.
Why is that a difficult process?
Just because it's like nothing you've ever done before, and there's lots of like crazy questions, and sometimes the website will time out after a certain amount of time. And we were sent sort of step-by-step visual guide on how to fill things in. It's that thing of not being afraid to ask questions. You know, we were constantly back and forth with emails. Have we done this right? Don't be scared to do things wrong. You know, you won't be the first person who's filled in this form incorrectly. It happens every day. And then there's different visas, medical exams, which again varies per company, contracts. There's like so much paperwork to fill out, and you think, oh my God, like I'm a dancer, why am I filling in 15,000 pieces of paper? But once you've done it the first time, if you stay with the same company, you don't have to go through that whole process again. So like your visa, for example, that lasts for 10 years. So it's kind of just a whole process of getting all that done. And then like the visa, for example, you have to go to the embassy in London for that, for like an interview.
An appointment for that can be stressful, really. I
would say if you've been offered a cruise contract and they've said about getting a visa, let that be your top priority. Get the visa done as soon as possible. I think especially now more than ever, there are bigger wait times for visas and passports. So get it done as soon as you can, and then you can enjoy your time before you go away.
Yeah.
What is your usual thing to do before you go away?
Have a roast.
Yeah. Enjoy a roast dinner.
Yeah, have a roast.
Are we going chicken, beef, lamb? What are we going?
Ooh.
It depends. It's either chicken or lamb.
Yeah, maybe gammon.
Nice.
Gammon's a big favourite. Yeah.
With massive Yorkshire puddings, are we talking?
Yeah. That's it. And see as many people as you can. Because we quite often have like a small get together with our family and friends before we leave to make sure that we've seen everyone all in one place before we go.
That's nice.
It's a nice little tradition for us to kind of say our goodbyes to everyone at the same time. And it's nice to be all together before you're away for so long.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for another episode. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And wherever you are on your performer's path, stay safe and sane, and let your creative light shine bright on whatever you do.